Hello guys, my name is Zach, back with another video, and this video is gonna be with the title of Our Body Image Matters. What's our body image? What do I mean when I say our body image or self-perception of our bodies? It means what we think about our body. You know, how do we perceive our body? Whether we think our bodies are beautiful, are ugly, disgusting, so-so. You know, when people ask, oh, what are you 1 out of 10? Which means that they're really, what they're asking people is, what do they think about their bodies? Now, the body perception is something that it's becoming very popular, especially in the West here. People really care about their bodies, how do they look. They compare each other, they compare themselves to other people. This video is really gonna tell you exactly what does it mean? Is it important? What we think about our body? Whether we love ourselves, or we love how we look, or we don't like how we look. Also, it's gonna explain to you why is it important. You know, this video is also gonna give you some really good practical steps. If you don't like how you look, this video will help you in starting to accept these parts of yourself that you probably have overlooked before, okay? So, first of all, our body image matters. According to a research by the Mental Health Foundation, about almost a third of young people don't like how they look. They think that they're ugly. That's almost 40% of young people, young teenagers, think that their body is ugly. They don't like their body. Now, why is that important? And why am I talking about body image here? The main thing is that when we don't like our body, what happens? Well, if you don't like your body, what's gonna happen is your negative emotions are increasing, right? You're gonna feel a lot of negative emotions, a lot of negative states you can get into. These negative states could range from shame. You know, the feeling of shame is very popular with people that don't like their body, they don't like how they look. Shame is such a destructive emotion for us, because shame means there's something wrong with me, you know? And Brené Brown, actually, she basically, she conducted a lot of research around shame, and she really made it obvious to us what shame is. And really what shame is just like, there's something wrong with me and I'm different. And that is something that a lot of people who don't like their body feel. They feel shame, they're ashamed of how they look. Even that research that I just mentioned, those young people, they said they're ashamed of how they look. So that's one of the reasons why it's important. The other reason why our body image is important is that it actually is part of our self-perception. You know, our body is something that we can see, right? It's probably the only thing that we can see about ourselves. So when we think that this body that we were born into, when we think it's ugly, when we think it's not acceptable, then it means that we really don't see ourselves in a positive light. We see ourselves very negatively, which means that in life, we're not gonna perform well. And no matter how hard we work, we're always gonna be unhappy, because we're not happy with what we can see here. Now, it's not as simple as, oh, just accept it. You know, God has made you that way, or the universe, or whatever you believe in, has made you that way, you accept it. You just need to accept it. It's not as simple as that. So this is why I'm making a video about it, because if it's just as simple as you accepting your body, or you just saying to yourself, I accept it, and it happens, then, you know, people wouldn't have all these statistics. Now, what is the problem? You know, what is the problem? Why are a lot of people unhappy with their bodies? Well, I'd say the problem is the comparison. When people compare themselves to each other, I would say the problem is it's the comparison, and it's also the feeling that how I think about myself comes from others. You know, I like what Wayne Dyer used to say. It's self-esteem. It's not others' esteem. It's your self-esteem. It's what you think about yourself. When we let go of our power, when we give other people the power to tell us whether our body is beautiful, handsome, or whatever or not, then we really are in trouble, because we're at the mercy of what society deems as beautiful or not beautiful. And that's a really dangerous thing, because I know a lot of people who are not beautiful in terms of society, not handsome in terms of society, but they really think that they're beautiful, and they really walk that, you know. They take care of their body, they're connected to who they are. And I know people, you probably know people who are very beautiful, very handsome, who think that they're ugly, who don't like how they look, which tells us that it really is a perception. It's not a fact. You know, if you think you're ugly, that's not a fact. That's just what you think about yourself. It's really important to get that, because if you think it's a fact, then you can't really change it. It's a fact that's that's determined by, you know, something that is outside of you, something that you can't control, whether it's the universe or God. But it's not a fact. How you think about yourself, you can change it. And the way you change it is you start to really get really honest of how you think about yourself. Which brings me to the next point in this video, which is, how do you begin to solve this problem? If you or your son or your daughter don't like their body, how are you actually gonna start helping them do that? Helping them start accepting parts of themselves. I would say the first thing is to be honest. It's always about honesty. Every change starts with honesty. If people are not honest, if people are delusional, they're not really saying what the problem is, then there's no change. We can't change it. So what's honesty? What is honesty in here? Honesty is, if you're with me right now and you might resonate with this video, you might not like some part of your body, then what I want you to do is, on a scale of 1 to 10, of 1, you really don't care, you like who you are, you like your body, and 10, you really hate your body. You think it's disgusting. You know, you think that this is so disgusting and you're ashamed of it, and you avoid people. You might avoid people eye contact. You might think you're too fat, you're too short, you're too small, you're too tall, you know, your nose is big, or your eyes are bad, or your skin is bad, whatever you're insecure about. I want you to rate one thing and rate this sentence: I hate my body. Is that 1? It's not true. 10, it is very, very true. You can resonate with that. It's important to get a scale so we know, do you actually hate it? Do you actually hate your body? Or is it, you know, what's the level of that? That's the first thing. The second thing that I want you to do is really a step of forgiveness. You know, when we've been ashamed of our body, we've really been really hard on ourselves. We've almost like punished ourselves, which creates a disconnection between ourselves and our bodies. And when we're disconnected, then we're not gonna like our body, because we're disconnected, right? You have to connect first to love. Connection starts, and then love is second. So you really want to start to connect to your body. And here's what I recommend. I recommend that you name one thing that you don't like about yourself, about your body. You know, I don't know what it is. Whether it's your height, it's your weight, it's you know, the shape of your head, your face, your nose, your belly, whatever it is that you don't like about yourself. I want you to name it, and I want you to start talking to this part of your body. Close your eyes and talk to it. And I want you to say these 4 statements. I love you. I'm sorry for. Please forgive me. And thank you. This is called the Ho'oponopono technique. So these 4 statements are very powerful, and they're gonna start to help you heal that part that you've always been ashamed of, that you've always criticized about yourself. So what I want you to do is close your eyes again, and then talk to that body part that you don't like, or that part of yourself that you don't like. You say, I love you. I'm sorry for all the hate that I've given you. I'm sorry for all the shame that I felt. I'm sorry for all the guilt that I felt. please forgive me, and thank you for helping me. Thank you for keeping me alive. Thank you for sustaining me. This energy of forgiveness that if you've done this with me, you will feel, you might blocked it for so many times or for so long, but the moment you start accepting that energy of love and acceptance to yourself, you will feel it. So this is the video. Guys, just want to summarize very quickly. Our body perception is what you think about yourself. It's not what other thinks about you. And even people do have an opinion about your body, their opinion doesn't really matter because it's just their opinion, right? So it's your self-perception of your body image. It's yourself. Once you change it, other people, the way they look at you, it will change. The second thing that I wanted to say is that it's an important topic because a lot of people suffer from it. A lot of young people are now growing in social media. They start to compare themselves to each other. In social media, people put their best selves, they put filters, they put the perfect bodies, models. So all of that is very, very important for us to start to become aware. The last thing that I wanted to say is it really starts with forgiveness. It can't start with you ignoring your body. Ignoring your body is not the solution. Changing your body, or if you're like, I don't know, if you're very overweight and you want to change your body and you're really harsh on yourself, that's not gonna work. It starts with forgiveness. You need to forgive yourself. If you can't forgive yourself, then there is no change. You have to start with forgiveness. That's it, guys. And remember, before I close this video, you are the creator of your life. You're the painter of this life. If you don't change what's inside of you, nothing is going to change in the outside, because the outside world is a mirror of what's inside of you.